Hi there, I'm Beth from messymarriage.com with another edition of Sloppy Joe Time. And look, my Chevron mug is back as promised. Today I'm going to be continuing the conversation about wounds and how very often we have a spouse that has deep wounds that sometimes they're unwilling to look at or unwilling to deal with. And how do you handle that? And I bet if you are in that situation, you've probably encountered sort of a tug-of-war because you've tried to persuade or more likely pressured your spouse into trying to deal with that wound. And what you've experienced is their resistance. They've dug their heels in and they're resisting you, and they may even resent you for doing that. And really, in a way, that has developed because, if you think about it, they have had that wound for a very long time and have tried to numb themselves to that pain and to the reality of what that did to their life. And so here you come along and you think, oh, well, you should be dealing with your wound because it's affecting us. And that's not something your spouse is going to sign up for. They're going to feel like, oh, that's going back towards that pain. There's no way that I want to dig that back up. So you have to learn, first point would be to back off. Back off from your mate when you have been pressuring them to deal with their wound. Give them that space because it's really their ownership of that wound that will get them on the path toward healing. They've got to really decide on their own, in their own time, when they're ready to deal with that. Now, that leaves you sort of feeling like, well, you know, that wound is hurting us in our relationship, and I really want something to help me to deal with that. Well, here's what you need to do. First of all, you need to let it go. And I'm not saying just let it go, but turning it over to the Lord. That means you don't take it back. And well, you know, sometimes I do take it back after I've let it go to the Lord. But on a consistent daily basis, you need to be praying about it and asking God to help you with your woundedness and your reactions to your spouse's wounds, and help you to have greater clarity, greater understanding of what you need to do in those very difficult moments. And God will be faithful to give you that as long as you are consistent and faithful in coming to Him with that problem and asking for His help, especially in those times when it's really needed. And the second thing I would tell you to do is to get connected in a church. If you're not already connected in a good Bible-believing, godly network of Christians, then you're going to be really struggling, and you're really going to be having trouble finding your way, navigating through a difficult, hurtful, wounded marriage. And so you need that support in order to be the soft place for your wounded spouse to fall. So I'm going to give you two more really crucial steps that you need to take in dealing with a spouse that is wounded the next time we meet. So I hope you'll join me for another Sloppy Joe Time, and I always enjoy having you. Thanks for coming around.